In a world that's just buzzing with notifications, deadlines, and a constant pressure to keep up, anxiety can feel, well, it can feel like the new normal. But what if I told you that a really powerful antidote to all that stress was written down almost 2,000 years ago? Today, we're going to dive into an ancient teaching that has some surprisingly practical answers for our most modern worries. Does this sound familiar? The stress over money, the worry about what the future holds, that constant low-level hum of anxiety about your job, your family? It's just a heavy burden to carry around. Well, the teaching we're looking at today tackles that exact feeling head-on. So we're about to break down a really key section from the Sermon on the Mount. But we're not going to look at it like some abstract ancient text. Nope, we're going to treat it like what it is, a practical, step-by-step guide for dealing with the very real anxieties we all face, whether that's career uncertainty or just the pressure from the 24/7 news cycle. Okay, so the teaching starts by laying out this fundamental choice. It basically argues that the real root of our anxiety is a conflict of loyalty, a decision we have to make about who or what is ultimately in charge of our lives. Now, the point here isn't that money is evil, not at all. It's that money makes a fantastic servant, but an absolutely terrible master. When your life is dedicated to a higher purpose, it can lead to peace and a sense of freedom. But when your life is dedicated to serving money, well, the results are often anxiety and fear. And trying to do both at the same time, that just creates this constant state of internal conflict. And it doesn't get much more direct than this. It's an uncompromising statement. According to this teaching, you have to pick one. This single choice is presented as the foundation for absolutely everything that follows on the topic of worry. So after establishing that really fundamental choice, the teaching then just systematically dismantles the logic of worry itself, and it does it by using simple, powerful evidence from the world all around us. This is a really potent idea. The core concept here is that worry can be a form of practical disbelief. It's like we're behaving as if we don't truly trust that our lives are in capable hands. We might say we believe one thing, but our anxiety shows that we're actually living out something completely different. And here is the logical gut punch. This rhetorical question just highlights the absolute futility of worry. The answer is obviously no, right? Worry achieves nothing productive. It doesn't solve tomorrow's problems. It just drains today of all its strength and its peace. So the first piece of evidence comes from nature. The birds. Think about it. They don't operate on anxiety. They don't have savings accounts or 401ks. They just exist, and they're provided for. And the crucial point is the question this raises. If a creator provides for them, how much more valuable are you? How much more will that creator provide for you? The argument continues with a second example, wildflowers. They don't work or stress about what they're going to wear, yet they are decked out in a beauty that, as the text claims, surpassed even the wealthiest king in history. The logic is exactly the same. If that much care is put into something as temporary as grass, which is here today and literally gone tomorrow, how can we possibly doubt the care that's there for us? So what's the big takeaway from all this? The birds, the flowers, it all boils down to this. Worrying about provision when you supposedly have a provider who owns everything is like acting like an orphan. These examples are meant to be a powerful reminder of our relationship to that provider. Okay, so if worry is illogical and totally futile, what's the alternative? Well, this is where the teaching introduces the central principle, the practical solution to anxiety, getting our priorities straight. So what on earth does that phrase, seek first his kingdom, actually mean in real life? It means shifting your primary focus. Instead of making your own comfort or your own security the main goal, you make a higher purpose the absolute #1 priority in your life. It becomes your main obsession. And this is presented as a direct, two-step promise. It's not some vague hope. It's laid out as a clear principle of cause and effect. You take care of step 1, making God's kingdom your priority, and the promise is that step 2 will be taken care of for you, all those material needs like food and clothing. This all brings us to the daily application of this whole teaching, right? How do you take this big idea and actually make it work in the here and now, today? This is the final command, and it is so powerful. It's a direct instruction to stop borrowing trouble from a future that doesn't even exist yet. Think about it. So much of our anxiety comes from stressing about what-if scenarios that might never, ever happen. This is a call to live right here, in the present. So what does this role look like in practice? It's about giving yourself permission to focus only on what's right in front of you. That bill that's due next month, you deal with it when it's due. That tough conversation you have to have next week, you face it then. This isn't about being irresponsible. It's about refusing to be paralyzed by panic over things you can't control today. When you really boil it all down, this isn't about eliminating worry just through sheer willpower. It's about transferring that weight. It's a conscious decision to shift your trust from your own ability to control everything to a higher power's ability to provide everything. And so it all comes down to this question. It's a personal challenge, really, to look at our own lives. Are we spending all our energy chasing the things we think will make us secure? Money, success, control? Or are we investing that same energy in chasing the very source of all security? It's a thought that might just change how you face tomorrow.